an answer.
Stand next to you is good.
All right, I'm gonna go over towards the gate. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It is a sunny but windy day here in New Bedford, so hopefully you can hear and see us. As you can see, we are back at our Asian elephant exhibit for a really special activity. Morning, Patty and Tegan. Good morning, Kim. So I am joined today, just so you know who's with us. My name is Carrie. I'm the curator of education. We have Mike and Joey, two of our elephant keepers, as well as Shara, our assistant director. These guys work closely with our elephants, and I am going to turn it over to Joey to start, who's going to explain what we're going to be seeing today. And as always, we can take questions in the comments. So Joey, go ahead.
Sure. So what we're going to be doing today is an enrichment session, which you guys, if you've been following these chats, have seen plenty of so far. There's a lot of different types of enrichment that we offer the elephants. One of the core ones that you've seen in past chats are nutritional, where they get food. It could be a novel food item, or it can be a food item in a toy or something that they have to manipulate. And then one of the other types of enrichment that we do is sensory enrichment, where we just target their senses a little bit. And with the elephants, one of the biggest ones and the things that they like the most are things with sounds, and especially deep sounds. Elephants are able to communicate with each other from miles apart because they speak in such low frequency vibrations and vocalizations. So the way that we can simulate that as much as we can is we play those really low sounds. So in the barn, we actually have a full drum set, and we brought a couple of those pieces out here today. So the elephants don't know what's going on yet, but they're gonna figure it out pretty quick. Emily in particular really likes the drumming. So in just a second, we'll start with drumming. We'll bang on the drums, and ideally Emily will head right on over. And then after that, one of the other things we'll do with them is we'll play vocalizations that they have made in the past back to them. And that usually gets a pretty good reaction as well. So we have a little speaker out here, and we have a video of Emily vocalizing with us from a couple months ago. We'll play that sound and see how she responds to that one. So Carrie's going to head a little closer to the cables and focus on the elephants across the yard, and we'll see how they react once we start drumming.
And you guys are in for a real treat. It's really awesome to see these ladies respond to this kind of enrichment. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here.
It's going to be loud, so any of the questions, just wait.
Yeah, we won't be able to answer questions until the enrichment session is over, so just enjoy.
The elephant on the left, you can already see her head's up, ears are out, and tail is sticking straight out.
She's squeaking a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to hear, but she'll get closer and a little bit louder.
For those of you commenting, yes, those little squeaks are Emily. Oh, and now she's going to play the drums.
does get a level of excited that she almost always pees. She's doing right now. And then if you look really close on her forehead, you might be able to see it vibrating. So that she is vocalizing right now. It's just really, really low.
She is peeing with excitement.
What you do in Emma, you can hear the low rumble. I don't know if folks at home can hear it, but if you look at her forehead, you'll see it vibrating.
And a couple other body language things. I'm seeing her ears flapping and her tail up, which are some other indications of her excitement.
Now we're going to try and play some audio from a past session of this, so it'll be hard to differentiate what you're hearing from the speaker and her, but hopefully it's obvious.
So that noise is actually Emily right now. It's a pretty amazing sound. I hope it's coming through. And that's Ruthie answering Emily.
And so these guys are herd animals, so Emily's moving back over so she's closer to Ruth, and they're going to be talking to each other. So we're doing one of our virtual keeper chats right now, just so you guys understand what's
We're gonna get a little bit closer. I think we scared some people in the park. That's just how loud this is. We will take all your questions, I promise. So, Joey, we did have someone asking, it seemed like maybe she didn't like that. She kind of ran away from it. So do you want to explain that a little bit?
So what we'll do with a lot of those things is we watch body language. So what we'll usually do is we try and surprise them with these sounds to get them excited for them. And we monitor them really closely, and we've done this a lot of times in the past. So we do see a lot of different indicators from their body language and from their vocalizations that indicates that they do enjoy it. Because as you saw when even just starting with the drumming, as soon as they kind of hear those sounds, they make their way directly to us. But sometimes the emotional response is heavy and they need to walk around and they'll move around. And like Shara mentioned, they are social, so they're getting together.
She doesn't seem too stressed out. She just gave herself a little dusting with dirt. So sometimes it might look like it's stressful, but really they're just big animals. They have big emotions. They're moving.
And the nice thing
in
is,
big movements.
With like a lot of the things we do, like we've talked about training sessions where they can leave at any time, and we try and give them the decision making as much as we can. And as you saw with the drumming, you saw Emily playing the drums. So when Emily plays the drums, from what we've seen, she's not playing the drums so that she's making the sound and she's having the experience of making the sound. She knows that if she plays the drums, it'll get us to start playing the drums again. Because as soon as we start playing the drums, it's as much sensory that you've seen as it is social. So it has a little bit of both, where she likes interacting with us as well as kind of getting the sounds and the sensory piece as well.
You want to talk a little bit about what they're doing right now?
So right now they're dusting themselves. So the dirt that's on their skin, it'll help protect them from the sun and from insects. So they'll do this for big chunks of the day. where we have dirt piles scattered around the yard. We'll offer different kinds of substrates, so we'll offer sand, we'll offer dirt, we'll offer some different types of clay, all different things that they have the opportunity to do this. And this is a behavior you see in wild and captive elephants. It's just a natural behavior for elephants.
Great. So if you guys have any other questions about Ruth and Emily or about their enrichment or what you just saw,
And if you look at her forehead, it might be hard to tell on camera, but it is still vibrating, so she's still
talking, yeah.
At really low frequencies.
It's an interesting angle because she's up above us right now. Hi.
Oh, you can kind of hear it.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know, it's really hard to get that on camera, unfortunately.
A lot of those really low frequency sounds you can feel as much as you can hear them if you're close enough to them. And going back to the vein of how do we think they enjoy it, or if they like when we do it or not, we'll find them requesting it in the middle of the day, where they'll go up to different objects that we have scattered around the yard, and Emily will just start drumming on them anytime we're going by, and she'll start squeaking like you can hear right now.
I am. Was
might
that
be able
fun?
to hear that rumble.
I don't know if you guys can pick that up. It almost sounds like a distant car rumbling.
We call it a purr.
Let me see if I can get on this side of the sun. Okay, let's see. Can you guys see that vibration on her forehead?
You might be able to hear it.
Thank you so much to Sheila and Sue for donating. Your support is incredibly important to us during this time of closure. When we don't have visitors on site to raise money, it helps keep our conservation education mission alive, so we really appreciate that. And we had a question from Samantha. She says, they look great. I worked with the girls in K a few years ago. How old are they now and how is their health?
So Ruth is about 61, Emily is about 55, and they're doing really well right now. So they are past the average life expectancy for elephants. So just like any animal, they have their levels of arthritis and they have things that'll pop up here and there. But generally speaking, they're both doing really well.
Excellent. Now she says the sensory portion of enrichment is over. Where's my nutritional enrichment?
And this is where the social enrichment comes in. So what she wants right now is for us to touch her tongue. So she'll ask us to do this a decent amount as well.
We had a question from Trinity Heaven, age 7. Do elephants have bones in their trunks?
They don't. It's all muscle in their trunk. And there's a lot of muscles. There's actually more muscles in an elephant's trunk than there are in an entire person's body.
Thank you, Allison, for your donation. We had a question from Kim. A student wants to know, what is their diet?
So their diet consists of a substantial amount of hay and grasses. That's where they get their primary diet. So about 90% of their diet is those hays and grasses. And then the other 10% is filled primarily by produce, so fruits and vegetables. And then they'll also get a little bit of grain. And then on top of that, the enrichment items they get will be different kinds of browse or tree branches that we collect from around the park that they like to eat. We can do dried fruits. We can do a variety of different treats that they don't get every single day.
Great. Oh, now Ruthie's talking. What does their tongue feel like?
It's wet and slimy.
To be expected. Lainey, age 3, wants to know if they dance.
No, not really. Not that I've seen, at least.
It's more of a run around and vocalize.
Yeah. I mean, they might consider it dancing. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today for this very special keeper chat. I'm so glad you all got to see that incredible form of enrichment that we do with the elephants. Thank you to Joey, Mike, and Shara for showing us that. If you have any other questions, we couldn't answer them quickly, but I wanted to say thank you again for your donations and for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow at 11 for another keeper chat, and we hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.